Hi, today we're doing 1 bowl chocolate chip cake. And what makes this recipe special is that you mix it up in the same dish that you bake it in. So it saves you a little bit of dishes and a little bit of washing up. So you're going to need a 9 by 9 inch square baking dish. This is actually an 8 by 8, but it's not a really huge deal in this particular case. It worked out just fine with an 8 by 8. You don't need to grease it according to the recipe. You don't have to grease it, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. You're going to dump in 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil in the bottom, and then you're going to add 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. The recipe asks for 2 squares of unsweetened chocolate chopped up. I didn't have any, so I'm just using semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1/3 of a cup, in a 375-degree oven until it's melted, about 3 or 4 minutes. Then when it comes out of the oven, you're going to stir the oil and the chocolate chips together until they're blended. And I actually forgot to videotape that step, so I'm just showing you right here. You can see the oil and the chocolate have been blended together, and I've added 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour in there. That's what that white stuff is. Then I'm adding a cup of sugar, white granulated sugar, and then 3/4 of a cup of water, then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You can blend that together a little bit and then add an egg. And just stir this up with a fork until you get a nice smooth batter. And then you're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips in the batter. Now, I made this recipe this summer, and I'm just showing it to you now. I don't remember why I have the chocolate chips spread into 2 different cups, and I took a little out of each. I can't remember why I did that, but regardless, so 3/4 of a cup chocolate chips in the batter and an additional 3/4 of a cup sprinkled over top. That's what it comes down to. These are semi-sweet chocolate chips, but you can use whatever kind of chocolate chips you like. And then bake this at 375 degrees, 30 to 35 minutes, until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. And there it is. The chocolate chips you sprinkle on the top actually stay on the top, and it makes for a very interesting looking cake. Now, about greasing the pan. This is what happens if you don't grease the pan. I find that the cake stuck quite a bit. So if you were to make this yourself, I would grease the pan. You're going to remove some of the greasing when you stir the cake in there, but still, I think it'd help. This is a very good cake. It's very moist, very, very chocolatey. It's a good recipe, and I certainly will make this again. Give it a try.